Peace, family. I am the black woman lover, the black man's brother, the culture teacher, hood healer, the ghetto witch doctor. Hey, mama, there go the sea moss, man.
There you go.
Hey, welcome to the Real OG interviews. Today, I got a good one, y'all. This gonna get deep. Listen, this one for the youth that think they know it all, that think it's all glory. It's not. Can you imagine doing 36 years in a maximum security prison? That's 36 years. Not 3 to 6 years, but 36 motherfucking calendars. Man, I can barely remember back 36 years. A lot of brothers ain't even lived 36 years. Nigga, Jesus ain't even lived 36 years. Because did those 36 years in the maximum security prison, and we finna talk about it. Welcome, one of my OGs, Johnny Blade Byrne.
Peace. Check this out. When I did my time, I went to jail. I was out there. I was outside for real, right? And not to be putting 100 on 10, but it's like I was raised a particular way, and I relished violence, and I did that. I lived that, and I wasn't with the murder. We was with the gloves, so I had something to prove to myself that I could stand on what I stand on. So I went up there and stood on that. My dumb ass trying to show myself certain things, trying to prove certain things to myself. I did 36 years in the maximum joint. That don't make no sense. People with double murder didn't even stay in that long. But I was on something else. It's something wrong up here. And everything in my life has been the hard way. Ain't nothing come easy because I don't know how to make it easy. So I'm trying to learn that right now. I'm still trying to learn lessons. But I found a religion that I identify with, the pyramid text, and it teaches about self. So I'm learning about self, trying to analyze, trying to get rid of the demons right now. You know, we all fighting demons. So hopefully I could say something doing this interview right here to make you understand you don't have to do it the hard way. I paid for them sins already.
Hey man, you know, I want to explain it from my perspective, right? Like when we was young, hey, first off, you remember this, like you and Doe, I used to come over y'all house on the weekends, and every weekend you and Doe would line me and dude up. You'll put one of us by the front door and one of us at the back door, and then y'all say 1, 2, 3, go, and me and dude running through the house to each other, and then go at it, and then you remember you with Doe setting me and dude up like that, man?
No, I don't remember that. You sound like some mess, man.
I remember that shit, man.
Yeah.
Hey, look, and whichever one of us won that weekend, we'd be the boss of the other one for the rest of the weekend. This shit was crazy, dog. We was stupid. Right. But you know, I want to talk about like, from my perspective, like we had a lot of fun growing up. And from my perspective, it was like all of a sudden one weekend, you know what I mean, you was gone. Didn't nobody really explain it much about what you was gone for, nothing like that. They ain't say how long you was gone for. I just knew you was gone. And probably because I was young. Maybe people felt like he too young, we probably shouldn't tell him about that stuff or whatever, but maybe you can explain it a little bit, you know what I mean? And that's what I want to get off into. I want to get off into, you know what I mean, how you got off into that lifestyle. Because when we was young, when we was kids, I never knew. Nothing was going on, nothing was happening, you know what I'm saying? I had no idea what you was doing out there. I just thought, hey, this is my big cousin right here, my cool ass big cousin, you know what I'm saying?
Well, this is what it was. I was trying to do the right thing.
Hey, hold on once. But I'm talking about the first time you went, because the first time you went.
Right, okay. Like I'm saying, I try to do the right thing, but it's so easy doing the wrong thing. You was bred in the wrong thing, so we always revert back to what we know. Mm-hmm. Now, the first time I went to jail, I'm hanging around with the block, and we stole some cars, did some, you know, we did a whole bunch of stuff. But at the end of the day, I got knocked off for like 18 months, and I get out, come back, stayed out. I said, you know, a lot of people do them little bits like that. 2 years, 3 years, I call that little bitch. Mm-hmm. So you do that, you really not gonna learn anything. And then prison ain't really to teach you anything. You can learn how to be a worser menace to society and a plague to your community. You can learn that. And if most people, that's where they head at, that's what they wanna learn. And but you can also learn how to keep your head down, get in the books, because they got books. You can get in the books and read and study, come out a better person. You can look at me, then look at it. I got a guy named Toby. He got out, he a young millionaire, on his way to be a millionaire. So them like two extreme examples of the same coin. So it depends on you and where you put your head at on how you want to come out. Now I chose knucklehead way. And I went to jail, got out, stayed a couple months, go right back. And that second time I did 36 years. First time I did 18 months. So last 38 years, a little break, a couple month break, I've been bitten. So I did more time in prison than I did in the world, on the streets. So I could literally say I grew up in prison. And I'm trying to reconnect connections in the world right now. I'm trying to get rid of the demons. If I do all that right now, I'm going through it. And, I got people on my side and making it easier, but I'm learning.
One of the biggest things that I had to overcome coming out of prison was how to talk to people. Like I did a little bit, you know what I'm saying? I only did a couple years, but in those couple years, shit, I felt like you learn in prison how not to talk to people. Don't be telling your business to motherfuckers. Don't be shit. You don't talk about your emotions. Don't show your emotions. You sad, so what? Suck it up. You know what I mean? So when I got out, I had to learn how to get back to myself like that. Like it's just so many different traumas that we go through coming out of prison. How to reintegrate back into society. You know what I mean? How to trust again. You know what I mean? Because prison will teach you that. Don't trust nobody. You can't trust no motherfucker in there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Your life depends on it. But let's go back to when we was young, man. You know, did you already know the fellas off Capitol? Like when you started, or when did you meet the fellas that you?
When I first got off the porch, when I first got off the porch and started meeting Milwaukee, I was with a guy named Jerry Perkins, and he kind of introduced me to the whole city. Mm-hmm. And then I knew some of the fellas from, my grandmother stayed on like 15th of Juno. I met some guys over there. I met some guys over there on 19th and Vine, and Brown, some guys over there I'm real close with. So just through living and being out there, you meet people. So Eric, Jerry Wilson, Fred, I met all them basically through Jerry Perkins. And real young. So Coop, I met all these guys when I was little. Fairs, I met all these guys.
You talking about Eric? You said Eric Adway?
Yes.
Yeah, Most Skrilla. He doing a movie, a documentary.
Right.
It too. He just left here a little while ago. Also, shout out to Most Skrilla.
Okay.
Yeah. Not even an hour ago, before you came. Shout out to Most Skrilla.
Yeah, I met a lot of them guys when I was real young, and so.
Sean Moore said it all started out on dirt bikes.
Yes.
Everybody was riding dirt bikes, had the bikes and stuff, moving around the city and getting around and stuff. That's usually how it starts, right? You start out on dirt bikes. 2-7
cats, Junior, little Junior, they called him Pork back then. Junior, Jimmy, Eric, and all us. All, that's 24th, 27th Street right there. Yeah. So all of these kind of grew up together there.
Friends at one point. That's crazy.
And we get into it. Beef started over dirt bikes.
Over a dirt bike. Damn, man. That's crazy. So you was around with the whole dirt bike clique?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I see them now. A lot of the brothers, they be out here now. Like we got different events around the city. They pull them bikes out.
Yeah.
When Ed had a store over here. He come through here with his bikes every so often. You know what I mean? And we all stand downstairs and all like, oh man, I remember those.
A lot of guys doing real good. They sure bring their bikes out. I ain't even got a old, since I've been to jail, my bike been gone. Probably pawned or something, I don't know.
Yeah.
But, I like, and roller skating too. We roller skate real, we should roller skate too.
Oh yeah, we talked about, me and Mo, Skrill was talking about that, about the pallets down there, man. Yeah. What you choose doing at the pallets? Well, you don't look like you can roller skate. I ain't know you like that to be roller skate.
Yeah, well, I can.
You was too hard to roller skate.
I can go around in circles. I can't do all them tricks and all that.
No skate backwards and shit.
Yeah, I can do that, definitely. But I'm talking about
think
crazy
you can still
days. Do it? Probably not.
Once you can skate, you can always skate.
That's what they
it's
say.
Like riding a bike.
In theory, I can skate in theory.
Right. What's some of the most traumatizing shit that you done saw in there?
Traumatizing. I'm kind of built different. I don't really be traumatized by things, but when somebody would call alarm, and I done seen people kill themselves. I done seen people attempt to kill themselves. I done seen people get raped. I done seen.
Shit, that's traumatizing. Nobody want to see that shit for
Right,
me. I'm talking about for me.
right.
Nobody want to. I don't want to see that shit.
But yeah, you see.
I did see it when
See
I
the
was in there
police?
though. I met this young. My bag. I did meet a young dude, right? When I first got there, I met him, and then I want to say not even 3 months later, I saw him walking around the yard with one of them punks.
Right.
You know what I mean? Hey, look, then a couple weeks later, I saw him walking around the yard by himself crying and shit, right? So I asked one of my guys that was in the same building, and he was like, man, what's up with little dude right there? What's up with little homie? He was like, oh man, he caught his girlfriend in the stall with her boyfriend or some shit like that, man. Man, this shit crazy, dog. But yeah.
But one thing I say alarming, I done seen the police. I say this more alarming than anything else because they supposed to be our protectors. They supposed to be there to make sure everything is good. I done seen the police handcuff a person to a door so he can't get back and fight back and have their way with him.
Damn.
Just beat him, and that's supposed to be legal. You know what I'm saying? And it's all because he kicking on his door, screaming, and they felt like he shouldn't have been doing that.
Right, yeah.
So they cuffed him and beat him senseless, broke ribs and all that.
They beat him or let the inmates do it?
No, police beat him. I done seen the police violate people, right?
Damn.
So when the police do atrocities, I say that's more alarming than anything because they supposed to be there for a particular person.
Yeah, who you
and
got?
Then there's very little to no repercussions for them because they are protected. And at worst, they'll get moved to another penitentiary so they can do the same thing there.
Right.
So I say those is probably the most alarming things right there.
Yeah, and they stories don't even come out if they don't tell it.
Right.
You know what I mean? And that's what's fucked up. That's what's so fucked up about it. You can't get the word out. Really?
So yeah, that's probably the worst thing right there when police be doing what they do.
Yeah. I could dig that. They really make shit traumatizing. It's just like out here, you know what I mean, with the authorities out here on the streets, the police, how they, the same way they do out here, they do it in there too, only in there it's even worse.
Yes.
Because here it's other eyes out here, you know what I mean, and there ain't nobody looking.
And in both situations, they supposed to be our protectors.
Right.
But really, they against everything
it's
we
different
stand
for black
for.
folks.
Yes.
It's different for black folks. And in there it's different for everybody. What's the longest stint you did in the hole?
5
So
years.
I know you did some time. I know, nigga. I remember it was a wild shit. We couldn't even talk to you.
It's like I did 36 years, and I got 42 major tickets. I got like 60 some minor tickets. So for major tickets, I go to the hole. So I was going to the hole on the average twice a year.
Damn, cuz.
You see what I'm saying? So, and then in between them, I'm catching all kind of other tickets.
Right.
And
it's hard not to get in no trouble.
Well, it's not if you make up your mind not to. Toby did it. Al got very little tickets.
Right.
You know, it's people who've done it, and I couldn't do it because I haven't made up a mind to do it.
Right, I get it.
My wife, she got a saying, she say, won't nothing change until you're 100% dissatisfied.
That's right.
If there's 1% of yourself that's not dissatisfied, that you saying this is cool, then you gonna keep repeating this, saying you're gonna be in this cycle. You gotta be 100% dissatisfied before you really change.
Yeah, because it may be one moment that's gonna trigger you to fall into that 1%.
Right.
No doubt.
Right.
That's some real ass shit.
You looking in the rear view at what's back there, and hey, what y'all doing, man? You gonna, you know what I'm saying? You gotta move
it slow
forward.
you down.
Yes.
Slow you down looking
Yes.
back. When did you decide this shit is fucked up? It's time to start making some changes.
Well, I've been saying that, but them was just words. When I started acting
like
on
she
that,
said, it only happened when you for sure you ready. So when was that?
I was supposed to see about 2 years ago, no, probably about 4 years ago, I was supposed to go see the PRC. And I'm like, I ain't going to see, they don't never give me no action. They sit behind their desk and pass judgment, and they don't know me, right? So I'm like, I ain't going to see him. And I got a guy named Myron, he from off the block too. He say, they let niggas go. I'm like, yeah, they ain't letting me go. I'm a different story. So he say, yeah, you want to stay here with me, don't you? You don't want to go home. You trying to stay here with me.
Right.
Let's get sellers.
Yeah.
We gonna be sellers.
We playing
man.
that game with
so
you,
I
right.
say, yeah, that's not what I want to do. What's wrong with you? And I went and started thinking about that and said, even though I'm saying I don't want this, I'm acting like I want this because I'm not doing nothing to change it.
Right.
So I started acting like I had some sense at that point. So then I started going home. So then when you make a change, you get challenged. So I'm like, hold up, time out. I'm gonna allow you to say what you say out your mouth. You say you're gonna stay right there and say it though. You're not gonna run up on me.
Right.
So say you run up on me, it's not gonna be what you think it is.
No doubt, you gotta protect yourself.
Right. So when I start allowing people to say, you can say this, I take that, I wear that, right? But you're not finna run up on me. So that kind of changed the dynamics of everything. I was able to come home.
Right. So I'm guessing a lot of the tickets and stuff was for fighting and shit like that, right?
80% of them. 80% of them. And then I like messing with the female guards too.
Right.
So that was a problem too.
Right.
So
what was your mindset going in that first year? Like,
well, my mindset was, let's see could I stand on my own and let's see who the rawest nigga in Wisconsin with these hands. So that's what I was on.
Right, you trying to see.
I'm trying to see.
who gonna beat me up?
Right.
Who?
Right.
Who that?
So yeah, I was on that for a long time.
Right,
and I got another gorilla named.
Hey, look, my bad. Go ahead.
I got another gorilla named Chop. He straight gorilla, right? And he didn't even want to get sailed over me. He was, I'm gonna let you calm down. I'm like, what the hell you mean, right? So yeah, I got some niggas.
It's your homie that said I ain't fucking with you. Damn, dog, you was a monster.
And he a gorilla too.
Yeah. Like, I don't want them troubles. I get it. I think you told me a story about him before.
Yeah.
Something about the once y'all wound up being sellers or something, and the police wanted to come in there and take something, and it wasn't going.
Yeah, we got sealed up later on, but I love it. He gone now, so I don't really want to go there. But
okay.
Yeah, that's love right there.
Yeah, no doubt.
He roll. I got a couple niggas roll with anything I say. And never ask questions. Say,
right.
Hey man, come on man, I need some help. And they tool up or just suit up and we handle that business. That's not really good because I start a lot of shit. And niggas need to challenge me, say, hey man, what you doing? At the time, I might not like you doing that, but I really need that.
Right.
And I really didn't have nobody to do that.
I got a story that I heard growing up. You tell me if it's true or not. You got kicked out of Green Bay.
Yes.
Took somebody's eye out with a spoon.
Well, that was in the county jail. I get kicked out of Green Bay because I started a war. And I guess I started the war. Or the nigga that was, I got a dude I know, I've been knowing since diapers damn near. And we come to jail, he's showing out in front of other people, new people, right? And I'm like, what is you doing? So he said a lot of things, he really didn't say anything. He called me my real name and
That's what I heard, yeah.
And I was,
and at the time, you ain't calling me that.
Right. At the time, I'm on a different page.
Yeah, different.
And I get at him. So the whole joint blow up after that because the new guys that he knew tried to get in it, and then I put some guys on him, and now it's this block, and the whole joint go up. Then the police come in and try to break it up. Everybody get the police and all this. And then when it all settled, everybody blame me. So he started this, and I'm like, what, really?
Nigga snitch.
Right, everybody
in the joint, and you snitching.
So I caught the blame. They kicked me out the joint. Said, yeah, we don't want you here.
Damn.
And it took me like almost 10 years to get back there.
They sent you to Boscoville?
No, they sent me to Walpine.
Oh, Walpine from Green Bay.
Right.
Did you ever see Bosco?
Yeah. Yes.
What was that like?
I seen Bosco on some garbage too.
You religious or spiritual?
Religious.
Religious.
Yes.
Why religious? Like, what's the difference to you?
Well, the meaning of religion is to reconnect with where you come from. So, I come from God, and I'm trying to commit a reconnection and walk in this light.
Right.
And so I would say religion because the whole definition of religion is reconnection.
Right.
So I would say religious.
Okay. Did it start in prison? Did that outlook on life start in prison?
Yes, most definitely.
It did?
And it took several times. I studied a book called The Metronetter. I think I'm pronouncing it right.
Medunatar.
Medunatar.
But some people say it the way you said. It all mean the same, you know what I'm saying? And that, you know, in that culture, you get the syllables.
Right.
You know what I mean? The vowels, it wasn't no vowels. So you could say it like that, and you could say it like this, I believe.
See, I get the literature when I was in prison, so I never heard it pronounced.
Right. Oh, okay.
And so when I read
you
it,
get it the way you get it.
Yeah. So when I read it how I read it. I never heard the tapes or the lectures or none of that. So I learned to say them like I say my, and the correct saying is my eye.
Right.
So I'm learning the correct pronunciations now. But
Did it help you in prison? Like
Yeah.
it help you through some times in prison, like understanding the Medunatar? With that understanding?
it helped me learn a whole new perspective. Everything changed. It's like what I knew was this much, and then took my studies a whole lot of different places.
Yeah.
So yeah, it helped me, but I still didn't settle down at that time.
But
So
the changes was being made though. It was
Gradually,
in progress.
gradually.
I always say, you know what I mean, the change begins when you understand you need the change.
right.
You know what I'm saying? Because when you understand you need it, now it's on your mind. You know what I mean? And that's when it can begin. You got to be able to see it, you know?
Right.
Like, you got to be able to see it.
It taught me how to meditate. I learned how to meditate, and that helped me be wild more because I calmed down and then I turn back up. So it helped calm the mind, but I didn't know how to make the mind stay calm.
Right. How to keep the peace.
Right.
Because it's the peace that we ultimately looking for, the peaceful life.
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
I can dig it, man. I could dig it. And you know, it's a learning process. You learn it. Well, you read, you learn.
Well,
And then you start understanding the changes you need to make. The change can't happen overnight.
And
like the wife said, you can't change until you sick of that shit.
Right.
You know what I mean? And
then when you're in an environment and you have nobody to teach you, you learn it by yourself.
Yeah, you learn it.
And you have no community to learn with because it's noise all the time. Every time it's noise.
Right.
It's hard to meditate. It's hard to do a lot of things. You got to really want to do it. And
yeah, that's part of the test too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's part of the test, part of the journey.
yes.
You know?
And if you could change a little bit in that environment.
Yeah, and that's a hard environment to really change in too, man, because everybody is out for what they can get.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Everybody out for what they can get. Everybody out to take something. Everybody out to be tougher. Everybody, you know what I mean? Got a point to prove. So it's all this shit coming at you while you trying to make these calming changes. Like I ain't trying to be violent, but you niggas making me violent. You know?
It's hard respecting people who you know soft as butter and hide behind these mobs and now they killers. When you turn into a killer,
you got
man.
backup.
Right.
Hey, didn't you go vegan in prison too?
Yes.
For a while?
And
How'd that go? How did you do it?
It went perfect. I think I was kind of bred for that. It was kind of easy for me. And I had to learn, after I turned into a vegan, I had to learn about food and nutrition and all that, and then kind of feed myself. So,
because they don't give you no vegan diet in there.
Well, they do.
Do they?
Yeah, they do. You can sign up for a vegan diet or kosher diet. You can sign up.
I know
for
you can do kosher.
Yeah. You can do.
No.
But vegan, they feed you beans and rice every day. So when I got out, I was kind of sick of beans and rice.
Right.
But you need beans, so I gotta eat beans and rice. I'm just Sick of it.
You just got to eat what they give you pretty much, or feed yourself somehow. And the shit that's in commissary ain't good for you either.
None of it.
None of it.
But
that's what I said. That had to been hard, man. That would have been hard as shit for me. I'm glad I wasn't vegan when I went to the joint, man.
Yeah, I turned vegan in 05.
What made you go vegan in prison?
The metal netter.
That's what it was?
Yes.
Boy, that took a lot of willpower.
A guy of mine named Coop introduced me to the book for the 3rd time, and I finally got it. And I read like 15 pages into the book, and I started buying my own books and became a vegan. That was the first thing I did.
Yeah, I remember when I went to the joint, I wrote you about some books. What books should I get? What books should I get? Should I go look for in the library? You know what I'm saying? And you told me, you was like, a lot of these books I sent you, they ain't gonna have in the library. You know what I mean? And they didn't, but they had a few of them. And at that point, that's when it sparked me. You know what I'm saying? That's when it sparked me to start looking back into our culture. Because one of the books you sent me to find was the Nile Valley's contribution to the Western civilization.
Okay.
And it started talking about it. It was just telling me about everything that was stolen from our culture that they use nowadays, the different symbols, the stuff we see, the eagle on the dollar, I forgot what they call that thing in Washington. I forgot what they called it. It looked like it's actually Osar's phallus. You know what I'm saying? It's actually Osar's phallus, but out there it represents something different. And I started seeing that, and I'm like, wait a minute, they stole this? We made this shit? And you know what I mean? I'm just getting interested, so now I'm all in the book. I might have went through that book about 4 or 5 times, you know what I'm saying? And then there was some other books I found, you know what I mean? I can't remember the titles of those, but that one stuck with me, you know what I'm saying, in Nile Valley, because now I want to know about our culture.
Yeah.
I want to know why our people wasn't sick like we sick now.
Right.
I want to know how our people was eating. I want to, you know what I mean, the hieroglyphics. I want to know how to read the hieroglyphics. You know what I'm saying? I was getting into all that. And all that came from the books me and you writing together while I was in the joint. Because while I wasn't locked up, we couldn't talk much, or we wasn't talking much.
Right.
And I think but before then, while we was rapping, Doe was rapping with us. We had a group. And Doe would drop some dimes in his raps every so often. You know what I mean? And I'm gonna tell you, it took till now for me to hear stuff or think about some of the stuff and be like, oh, that's what that nigga was talking about. You know what I'm saying? So like the jewels was getting dropped. I like to think, I don't like to think, I always thought maybe that interest in all of us, maybe that was sparked with Butch. Remember, because they was P Stones at first. They was Stones, black, you know what I mean? They was Stones at first, but then they transitioned over to the Moors teaching.
L. Rookins.
Yeah, the L. Rookins. The L. Rookins took the Moors teachings, right? Yeah, so I always figured like, well, maybe, you know what I mean? That was put into us when we was little babies or something, and they was talking that talk around us, and now it's interesting to me when I hear it again. I always wondered, like, I wonder if that was something. You know what I mean? Because like it's been in our family, like you know what I mean. A lot of that our history, traditional history. I always say our people wasn't slaves, our ancestors, me and yours. You know what I mean? Because they knew too much. They was doing too much. You know what I mean? When we look back.
Let me say this right quick. When you was in the joint, me and you was writing each other. I tell you, I was learning about herbs, and you tell me you was having some illnesses, and I introduced you to a few herbs, and then I get out of jail, you the herb man.
Ain't that crazy how that worked?
I'm so proud of you, man. You did that thing. You did that damn
Ain't that crazy
thing,
how that worked out?
You took that where I couldn't even imagine, right? You did that.
Thanks. Hey, look, it's while I was in there too. This is something. You told me you was talking about that, but then I was laying on my bunk one day, and I was in Oak Hill at this point. I was in Oak Hill. That's right. And I was laying on my bunk one Saturday, and I'm watching TV. I'm just chilling. I'm doing my time. I ain't trying to work. I ain't trying to do none of that shit. You know what I mean? My guards come to my room. There's Mr. Carter. We noticed you voluntarily unassigned. I didn't know what the hell that meant. I looked at him, I said, what that mean? He said, you ain't got no job and you don't go to school. I said, well, I don't need no job. I got a couple dollars on my books. I just want to do my time and go home. I thought I was doing something slick, you know what I mean? Doing my time and go home. And they was like, well, no, here, you got to work or go to school. No, they said, you got to go to work here. I said, well, I ain't going to work. They said, well, dig this. You either going to go to work, you're going to go to school, or go to the hole. and get up out of here. You know, I said, well, I don't want to go to the hole. Where the school at? So I went up to the school. There's like the school over there. So I go to the school, walking around. I'm trying to figure out, well, what class can I take? Only class that I was able to take was horticulture. Horticulture is the biology of plants.
Right.
By me taking that class, I was able to learn different stuff about plants, and I had no clue where I was going, but I'm taking the class, I passed it, got a certificate and everything. But say maybe 8-9 years later, I get off into the herbs again. Now a lot of this terminology that I'm learning about, that I learned about plants is some of the same, you know what I mean?
Right.
You're talking about chlorophyll and stuff, and you know what I'm saying? It's the plant blood, so now I'm kind of hip. And it just all ran together, you know what I mean? You find that path, when you find your divine path, everything just fall in place.
Right, it ain't no coincidence.
You just gotta be open to it, you know what I mean? And accept it, man. And that's what happened, and that's how it was like it was when you got out. Like, shit, I am the herb man now.
Yeah.
You know? I was like,
sea moss, man.
Right, they go to sea moss, man. But that's what's happening, man. Hey, did you understand manifestation when you was locked up?
I have came to that realization and learned how to do that.
Right.
Yes.
So was you manifesting, was you like, I'm finna manifest up out this motherfucker? Was you on that?
Well, yes, but I did, okay. First, I was doing, I'm gonna use this terminology, I was doing rituals on some bullshit. And the bullshit was manifesting. I'm like, okay. So then I was like, okay, I'm finna be serious, and then I manifested. I did rituals on some real shit and some long-term shit. So the life I'm living now was manifested back then.
Yeah.
Yes.
I believe it. That's where I was going. That's where I was going to go with it. You know what I'm saying, with the manifestation. If you feel like the life you living now come from back then, and that shit is real.
I mapped it out.
If you living it right,
Damn
man, it's
near,
gonna drop just like that.
Damn near verbatim.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, no
I was
doubt.
very detailed. Yes.
No doubt. Yeah, man, but I'm proud of you too. You know, you got out, you found a beautiful woman, you married her, you living the life. You got the little house on the prairie, backyard, you know what I'm saying? The sun setting in that motherfucker every day. You know what I mean? I was happy I was able to get down there to see it.
Right.
Man, listen, y'all, he got cows and shit in his backyard. It's a fence in between the cows, but he got cows in his backyard that come down every day through the pasture and eat and go back up. Like, man, you deserve that life. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You deserve that peaceful life.
Just that peace right there coming from all this noise. To have this peace right there, that serenity.
Yeah, that's what's happening.
Soul healing right there.
That's what's happening. Hey, I remember when I brought this stuff down to you, brought your stuff down to you, and you was going through that box with all the pictures and everything.
Right.
And we come across one of the pictures that Camille sent you, and it was your wife who you wound up meeting and married. You remember that? Like, you was like, dog, there's Dion on this picture. Camille sent me, then you said, cuz, Camille sent me this picture years ago, and like, dog, that was amazing. Again, manifestation. You didn't even know it, but you was looking at this picture of this woman. You didn't even know you was finna marry her, you know what I mean?
Right.
You didn't even know who that was at that point, did you?
No. Life is great.
Man.
Life is great.
Listen, come on, man. Again, you deserve that shit, man. You deserve that shit. But yeah, stay the course, man. Stay the course.
That's all I gotta do. Every time I hit the speed bump, I tell myself, I gotta stay the course.
Straight up. Any issue in life, that's all it is a speed bump. You know what I mean? We can figure anything out. That's one of the things I learned about within the Meduna Church series, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
How powerful the brain is.
Right.
You know what I mean? How powerful our brain is. We can figure anything out, make it through anything. Everything is of the moment. Some longer moments, some of the moments last 36 years.
Yeah.
But that moment is over. You know what I mean?
But I gotta learn to be patient and not be so reactionary.
Right.
Learn how to sit back in a moment and analyze this moment and then act.
And appreciate the moments too.
Right.
Every moment. But yeah, you're right. You gotta analyze and then act, man. Slow down, analyze and react.
I have always been reactionary.
Yeah, and that get you fucked up.
Yes.
Reaction,
Yes.
being a reactionary, yeah.
And I was lucky to do the 36 and not, because a lot of my peers is in the grave and died early and all that. So 36 years, I would take that, learn my lessons and grow from there.
Yeah. And I want you young brothers out there to learn from these lessons, man. The shit ain't all glory, like I said. It ain't glory. We don't glorify, we teach. You know what I mean? We take what we've been through to teach y'all. We like a GPS. We gonna guide you, we gonna protect you, and we gonna show you the way. You know what I'm talking about? Real OGs. This a real OG right here.
Ghetto prophet.
Not because he been to the joint, because he learned from his mistakes and he teaching from them now. That's what an OG is, y'all. This interview is brought to you by the House of Vitality. Make sure you come down and get your wellness products, y'all. Peace.
Mama, they got our boss, man. And I did that time without telling nobody. I did it by myself, and I stood on what I stood on. Foolishly or wisely, I stood on what I stood on.